What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Toronto Raptors, whose season just ended with a loss to the Chicago Bulls in the play-in. It's a game that ended about maybe 10 minutes ago. I came straight over here to record, so it's fresh on my mind, man. The goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons, and if I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. 80% of y'all watching these videos are not subscribed, so if y'all could hit that button, it'd really mean a lot to me, man, as I continue to try to grow this channel. But without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
So Toronto was a disappointment this season. Let's just get that out the way. Kind of stating the obvious, this is a team that I actually thought would be sneaky good this year, maybe even competing for a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. They ended up going 41-41 on the season, made the play-in as a number 9 seed, hosted the Bulls, went up by 19, and then still blew that in order to get eliminated. So definitely not the type of year that the Raptors were expecting to have. And now we're kind of put in a tough position, man, where I don't really know what to do with this franchise, because when you look at it on paper, if they make a couple moves here, they could easily become competitive again. As we take a look at this, the starting point guard is Fred VanVleet. This is a guy who had a down year, without a doubt. I mean, only 1 less point per game, but the efficiency, below 40% shooting from the floor, and then below league average from deep for the first time in his entire career, as we can see. So yeah, this is somebody who definitely did not perform. The Raptors definitely needed him to. And now we're kind of put in a weird spot here where I don't know if he's going to accept this player option or not. I think in real life he will accept it, because honestly, man, I'm not sure if he can get more out in the open market right now. But in 2K, I think he will decline it and try to get a bigger deal. Either way, I am going to try to re-sign him, just because I'm not going to let him walk for nothing. I'm going to re-sign him and then maybe facilitate, I guess, technically like a sign and trade, even though that isn't a real thing in 2K. But that's essentially what I'm thinking for him, man. I just think we need a new face at the point, regardless of which direction we decide to go with the franchise, whether we want to hit the reset button or if we want to become even more competitive. I think either way, getting a new point guard is probably going to be the best move for us. At the 2, we got Gary Trent Jr. This is definitely somebody who has some trade value. As we can see over here, he can shoot the 3-ball, man, above league average for the past, what is this, 4 seasons? Yeah, definitely a microwave scorer, somebody who, when he catches fire, is very lethal. And there's for sure a lot of teams that would love to have him, because he's not really on a crazy deal, just a little bit under 18 M's this season, and then he has a player option. I'm not sure if he'll accept that one either, kind of similar to Fred VanVleet. I think he'll decline it, but I got the same game plan, man. I'm going to re-sign him and maybe do a little bit of a sign and trade if I decide to move on from him. But I'm not letting anybody walk for nothing. That is for sure. At the 3, we got Scottie Barnes. This is the young piece, the face of the future. 21 years old, 4th overall pick in 2021. Didn't have the best sophomore season, as we can check out over here. Pretty much just went stagnant. Actually got a little bit less efficient from the floor. Already wasn't much of a 3-point shooter. So yeah, hit a little bit of that sophomore wall, but I'm not too worried about it. He's a 6'8" wing player who can defend really well and do a little bit of everything, man. The only scenario where I would trade him would be if I decide to try to be competitive. You know, if I want to trade for like a superstar, Scottie Barnes would definitely have to be somebody that would get thrown into that trade. So that's the only scenario where I'll be moving on from Scottie Barnes. At the 4, we got Pascal Siakam. This is definitely our biggest trade piece, should we go that direction. This is an all-NBA type player, man. 24 points per game, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting the ball pretty efficiently as well. Yeah, man, there's a lot of teams that if they feel like they're one piece away from winning a championship, Pascal Siakam could be that guy. So I'm definitely going to test it out, man. I'm going to see what kind of trade value Pascal has. If I find a good deal, then I'll definitely take it, but I'm not just going to let him go for nothing. So we'll have to see what I can find. At the 5, we got Jakob Poeltl. This is a recent acquisition, I guess, even though he actually began his career here, but he's back in Toronto after spending 4 seasons with the San Antonio Spurs as a part of that Kawhi trade. And he's just the definition of solid, man. 13 points, 9 rebounds, 27 years old, so he definitely wouldn't fit the timeline if we decide to hit the reset button. But if we're just looking to be competitive, you know, I probably would like him off the bench. I would like to get a better center, but also wouldn't be mad if we ended up sticking with Jakob as our starter, because like I said, you just know what you're going to get out of Jakob, and I definitely think there's some value to that. Off the bench, we got OG Anunoby, I guess, here. He's really kind of developing into that odd man out. You know, 25 years old. There's definitely a lot of value for him. There were rumors that the Raptors were open to trading him this past trade deadline. However, they were looking for like 3 first-round picks. One of the reports said, I don't think he's going to get that, but if I can get something close to it, then that might be tough, man. We might move on from OG, and it's not hard to see why the teams would want him, because he can defend pretty much positions 1 through 5. He's 6'7", shoots a 3-ball really well. He's been shooting above league average for the past 4 seasons. if there's a team out there that wants him and is willing to pay, then I probably will move on from OG. As we check out his contract here, he has 2 years and then a player option. So let's keep it moving. We got Chris Boucher also here. He's 30 years old. Yeah, 30 years old. Not a part of my plans, honestly, even if we are trying to be competitive, because I would like to upgrade him. And if we are trying to hit the reset button, then I definitely don't need him either. So I'm not too concerned about what I end up doing for Chris Boucher. If there is some sort of trade value, cool. If not, then it is what it is. We got Precious Achiuwa also here. This is an undersized center. Funny enough, man, the 5 is like the only position where Toronto is undersized. I guess there's also the one with Fred VanVleet. But yeah, I mean, they got a lot of size elsewhere. You know, they got OG Anunoby as an oversized shooting guard. They've got Scotty Barnes as a small forward with good size. But the 5, man, it's either Precious or it's Pascal. Neither guy is really like a traditional center, which is a bit interesting. So yeah, I think either way, if we want to be competitive or if we want to hit the reset button, I'm probably looking for a 5 who's a little bit bigger, better rim protector than a guy like Precious Achiuwa. And I would move him to the 4, but I don't really trust the perimeter defense either. So 23 years old. I don't know what kind of trade value he has. I don't know what that's looking like. I'm gonna have to see how he progresses at the end of the day. And if he is progressing well, then I guess we'll keep him. But if I do hit the reset button, man, nobody is safe, and that would definitely include Precious Achiuwa. Then we also got Thaddeus Young. This is just a veteran guy, 34 years old, not the biggest role on the team, so not really somebody who's a big part of my plans regardless of what direction I want to do. Same for Otto Porter Jr. He boosted his stock with Golden State, came here, didn't get the biggest role, about 18 minutes per game, similar to Thaddeus Young. So yeah, also not somebody who I'm really too concerned about. Delano Banton is 23 years old, 6'7", really good size in the backcourt. However, is not shooting the ball very well from really anywhere. I still think he has a few more years until he's able to contribute, and by then he will be past 25 probably. So I don't really know how he fits the timeline. There's just a lot of guys here that I'm iffy on, man. Will Barton, expiring deal, that will bring him back as we take a look at him here. Yeah, expiring deal, also older. Christian Koloko, this is a center with size. You know, if he's able to progress, then that would be great. 22 years old, a 2nd round pick. So I don't really know how high his ceiling is, especially here in 2K. But if he is able to progress, then that would be a big dub because he's a traditional center. As we can see over here, the per 36, 2.6 blocks. Yeah, we like to see that, man. We just definitely have to see some more progression out of him. Then we also have Malachi Flynn, Joe Wieskamp, 2 guys. I think each of them are like 23, right? 24 for Flynn and 23 for Wieskamp. Not in the rotation, so unless they progress, they won't really be a part of our plan. So yeah, man, that is a look at the team here. Let's take a look at our 3-year game plan, which will start next season. Obviously, because we're here in the postseason right now, the year's about to end. So for season number 1, man, it's very simple. I am going to sell. I've decided that I want to hit the reset button here in Toronto. Granted, I don't think that's what will happen in real life because I don't think that's in Toronto's nature. I think it's more of a franchise that will retool rather than hit the reset button. But this is what I would do if I were the GM. All of my moves will be realistic, even if it's not necessarily what the team will do in real life, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, I just think there are way too many pieces that we can move on from. Guys like Pascal Siakam, guys like OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Fred VanVleet. All of these guys have value, man. And if we're able to trade them and maximize our return, then we could really get set up for a nice rebuild here in Toronto with Scotty Barnes as the face of it. I think that sounds too good to pass up on, man. So that's what we're going to do for the first season is sell. I do limit myself to 3 trades per season, 2 trades per off season. And best believe I'm going to be using all of those, man, as I try to rip this thing down to the studs. For season number 2, I want to find our point guard and our center of the future. I think those are the 2 positions that we really have the most question marks at. You know, what is the future looking like in the backcourt with Fred VanVleet no longer in the mix? What is the front court looking like, specifically at the 5, once we move on from Pascal Siakam? These are all things that I want to have resolved by the 2nd season. And then for year 3, man, it's the same as always. If I feel like we're starting to be competitive, then I'll make some moves and try to buy. If not, I'm totally fine with just trusting the process and making this thing last more than 3 seasons. So that is a look at this 3-year game plan, man. Let's go ahead and simulate this thing, man. Not like it really matters to us. At the end of the day, I'm just focused on our draft pick here. As we see, it is the Bucks and the Warriors who's going to win this series. It's the Milwaukee Bucks. Alrighty then. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Finals MVP. Shout out to him, man. So we're here in the offseason now. Player retirements. LeBron James, not going to let him retire. Thaddeus Young, we will let him retire. That's totally fine. Everybody else can also go. Let's come over here to the moment of truth, man. The draft lottery, where I think we're going to have like the 13th best odds. Is that what it is? Where are we? The 11th best odds, 2% chance. Let's see if we can hit on that. I don't have high hopes as we ended up getting the 12th pick. I'm not mad at it, man. It's definitely solid. It's in the lottery at the end of the day, which is all that matters. And normally I would just jump to the draft, but actually I have our first trade that I want to do, man. I'm not wasting any time, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to start off with the biggest piece of them all. That will be Pascal Siakam. And the team that I want to send him to is the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, granted, I want to say this and make this very clear. I think Portland should be hitting the reset button. However, it seems like they are reluctant to do that because they want to help Damian Lillard win a championship there. A report even came out recently saying that unless they got the top pick in the draft, they were probably going to move on from it. And, well, they didn't get the top pick. They got the 4th overall pick, which is exactly what I want here in this trade, along with Anthony Simons. It might be greedy, possibly, but Simons could be that point guard of the future for us that I was saying I want by the second season. We'd be ahead of schedule, so that would be nice. Can we just pull this thing off, man? Let's go ahead and see here. They want OG Anunoby and a first. They will give us Houston Nurkic. Yeah, we're not going to do that, bro. We are not going to do that. I will give you guys, let's go ahead and say Chris Boucher instead. Can we get this thing to work now? A first round pick for Jabari Walker. Okay, I'm not going to do that, man. What if we do like maybe a pick swap here? Like 2026. Essentially, that's what this is just a pick swap. Seconds for seconds. Sure, why not? At the end of the day, this is really Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher for Anthony Simons and the 4th overall pick. That's really what this boils down to. So I'm going to go ahead and do this trade, man. Let's go ahead and make this thing happen. Pascal Siakam, thanks for your service. And now that we traded Pascal, man, the first domino has fallen. The floodgates are open. It's time to tear it down in Toronto. And the next piece is OG Anunoby. I do allow 2 trades per offseason. We're going to do them both right now. OG Anunoby, the guy that I want to send him to is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, hear me out, Thunder fans. I live in Oklahoma City. I watch a lot of Thunder games. I understand how much OKC fans love Lou Dort, but this is an upgrade at the end of the day. OG Anunoby has more size at the 3. He's 6'7" compared to Lou Dort, who is 6'4". Dort's biggest strength is his defense, while OG Anunoby can defend just as well, if not better, because he's more versatile. You know, thanks in part to his size, he can defend more positions. And also, OG is a much better 3-point shooter, above league average for the past, the past 4 years. Lou Dort has never shot above league average from deep in his 4-year career. So yeah, man, you're getting more size, you're getting more defense. This is definitely an upgrade, and it is going to cost them some picks, but at the end of the day, man, the Thunder have way too many first-round picks. They have 2 picks coming in this year, and then they have 6 first-round picks for next season, man, assuming they all convey. There's just not enough spots on the roster for all of this. Now, this is a team that is starting to become more competitive. The timeline is ramping up. They don't need all of this, so it's time to cash in, man. I want to try to get 2 of these picks here. The first one being from the Clippers, and then if I could also get another one here, not from the Rockets, because I do think that one will be valuable, but maybe from like the Wizards. Let's go ahead and try that here. 2 first-round picks and Lou Dort for OG Anunoby. Can we get this deal done? They're saying no because they have enough at shooting guard. Is that what that said? We're already set at shooting guard. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. Let me go ahead and make OG a small forward because at the end of the day, that is what he would be playing. Sorry, that's Anthony Simons. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, OG Anunoby, he even goes up, man. Let's come back over here. OG Anunoby for Lou Dort and 2 first-round picks. Will they say yes? They will not. They essentially want a pick swap, bro. I'm already doing pick swaps to people. I can't do it anymore. I can give you guys like 2 seconds here. This is not something that we would need to do in real life, but it's 2K. I just want to get this deal done here. Will they say yes to it? They're saying no. They really want that pick, and they'll give us Kenrich Williams. That's definitely not realistic. I will also give you guys, let's go ahead and see what we can do. I can do like Christian Koloko, who I really don't want to give up, but the Thunder might need some more size in the front court. And also, I don't think Christian Koloko is going to be the answer for us. So I'm willing to do this thing, man. Can we get this deal done here? Yeah, we can. Bet. So I realized some of those pieces I threw in weren't necessarily realistic, but the basis of the trades, the main pieces, definitely I think are realistic. And at the end of the day, man, we got Anthony Simons and we have some picks now. Let's go ahead and move on to the draft and just see what we can do. So we're just going to take this thing pick by pick, man. Victor Wembanyama goes first overall to the Pelicans. Interesting. I didn't even see the lottery results. So Brandon Miller goes number 2. Scoot should be 3, right? Grady Dick goes number 3. Bro, like, obviously I want Scoot Henderson. I just feel guilty. It's not realistic that Scoot Henderson has fallen to the 4th overall pick. But at the end of the day, Scoot Henderson is here. I'm just going to draft him, man. Welcome to the team. And now we're here at the 12th overall pick where Asar Thompson is still here on the board. Yeah, that's a pretty easy decision. We're going to get him as well. What a draft, man. We got Scoot Henderson and Asar Thompson. Scoot is a 79 overall, 19 years old. And then when you take a look at Asar over here, 76 overall, 20 years old. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a very quick look at the potential here because that's really all that matters. For Asar, it is a B. Nothing crazy, actually. That's a bit disappointing. When we look at Scoot over here, that should be higher. Yeah, an A. Okay, cool. So that's a W, man. Looks like Freddie and Gary Trent Jr. ended up declining their player options, kind of like I thought they would. I'm definitely going to try to re-sign them because I'm not going to let them walk for nothing. I'm going to do what in real life is a sign and trade. But in this case, I'm just going to sign them. And then once we start the season, I'll go ahead and try to trade them. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and move on over here to qualifying offers. Do we have anything here? Delano Banton, we will accept. Jeff Dowden. Yeah, not going to do it, my boy. I'm sorry. Let's move on to free agency. So Freddie has no offers. He's expecting about 20 M's, but I am going to try to save some money here. Not like it really matters because I'm going to trade him either way. But if I can get this thing down to like 17.5, then I would be happy here. A 3-year deal. There we go. And then we also have Gary Trent Jr. Similar thing, no offers here. So we are going to try to negotiate. If I can get this thing down to like maybe 14.5, then that would be nice. Although honestly, we can get this thing down to less, man. Like 13.99. I think we can get this thing. There we go. Okay, cool. And then I can't forget about Yaka, man. He also has no offers. I'm definitely going to re-sign him here to about, I don't know, maybe like 12.99, right? Let's go ahead and do this. I do a little bit under the next M because I'm petty, man. So 12.99 instead of 13 flat. We are going to make this a 3-year deal, and that should make him accept it. There we go. Okay, cool. So we've got our 3 guys, man. And I think that's all we're really looking for. Let's move on to player progression now. So Scotty Barnes and Anthony Simons are both up 2 to an 85. We like to see that. Fred VanVleet actually went up 1 to an 84. That's nice. Gary Trent Jr. up 1 to an 81. Jakob stays put. That's totally fine. Precious goes up 1 to a 79. Not any other progression here, which is totally cool. Yeah, man, let's go ahead and move on to season number 1, where we are going to continue to sell. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so there's some trades that I want to make, but I can't do it until December 24th because once I sign a player, I'm not able to move them until that date. So let's just go ahead and simulate to that, and then we'll get into this thing. All right, guys, so we're 14 and 16 on the season. Let's get back into these trades here. So the guy I want to trade is Fred VanVleet, and I'm going to try to send him to the Los Angeles Clippers, who could really use the point guard play because Russell Westbrook is no longer on the team. I don't know where he ended up, but pretty much their starter right now is Bones Highland, who's solid, but Freddie would definitely be an upgrade for a team that is looking to finally get some good results here with this whole Kawhi Leonard, Paul George experiment. So I'd be willing to do this trade for Marcus Morris Sr. The money does match up, and then a 2028 first round pick, which I know is not very valuable according to 2K. However, in real life, a pick that is that far into the future is actually pretty valuable, especially for the Clippers, who might not have Paul George or Kawhi Leonard by then. This could be a very valuable pick. It's probably not really going to pay off here in this rebuild because I doubt we'll still be doing this by 2028, hopefully. But I do think this is a realistic move, man. So Freddie for Marcus Morris Sr. and a pick. Can we get this done? Yes, we can. Thanks for your service, Freddie. And now I'm trying to trade Jakob Poeltl to the Dallas Mavericks for a 2025 first round pick that is lottery protected. It might convey, it might not. I think it will because they still have Kyrie Irving here in the mix. And in 2K at least, I think this team will do well. But yeah, they could just use the front court depth. They've got Christian Wood right now, who I know they're not really a big fan of. And even if they want to move him to the 4, then, you know, they would be able to start Jakob as well. So I think either way, bringing in Jakob Poeltl would be a really nice addition. We would get Davis Bertans back, who was on the last year of his deal, technically, because it is a team option, and you best believe we're not going to accept that. So I'm fine with taking that contract in. Yeah, man, let's go ahead and see if they will accept this trade, and they will. There we go. And I think that's it for this season, man. We got Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Asar Thompson, Scotty Barnes, and Precious Achiuwa. It's a very young team, but we're giving a lot of opportunities to these guys just to see what happens. You know, if Precious Achiuwa turns into something, then that would be great. I'm really interested to see what Asar Thompson can do in this role, Scoot Henderson as well, Anthony Simons, you know what I mean? There's just a whole lot of guys here that are going to get a lot of opportunities. And even off the bench, man, we're going to give some minutes to Delano Banton and see what is there. He's actually down 4 to a 71 because I'm just now giving him minutes. So he was a little bit upset that he wasn't getting some PT. But that is going to change. He's aggro. I'm hoping he will become happier here because, yeah, now he's our backup point guard because we really need that. We still also have guys like Otto Porter. We have Lou Dort, Canadian, by the way. Didn't bring that up earlier, but that's cool to have him here in Toronto. Then we got Gary Trent Jr. as well. It's a 9-man rotation, man. I think that's all that we need to do. Let's go ahead and just simulate the rest of this regular season and see how it all plays out, man. Alrighty, guys, I stepped away here for a second, so I don't know what our record was. I'm assuming we were bad, but we'll find out. John Morant gets MVP, Victor Wembanyama Rookie of the Year, Jordan Poole 6-man. Does any of this concern us? I highly doubt that it will here. Did we get anything on these teams? I also doubt that. Maybe on a rookie team because we gave some opportunities. Yeah, Scoot Henderson, all rookie first team, all rookie second team for Asar Thompson. That's good to see. We'll take a better look at stats here in a second, as we are not in the playoffs. I'm hoping. I want to be bad, and it looks like we were. Let's check out these standings. So we finished as the 12th best team in the Eastern Conference. Kind of was hoping we'd be a little bit worse. I'm not gonna lie here. As let's go ahead and see, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams worse than us. Okay, so we're still gonna get a decent pick, which is all that really matters to me at the end of the day. Let's take a very quick look at the stats here and just see who our top players were. Anthony Simons, 19 points, 4 assists. How did he shoot that thing? 41.3% from deep. That's nice, man. That's definitely nice. Scoot Henderson, actually our second leading scorer, 15, 5, and 7. We round up around here. That is good to see. He's not a great three-point shooter. Yeah, I was going to say, didn't translate to the NBA, 25.4%. At least it hasn't translated yet. Maybe there'll be something there. I'm not sure, but either way, really excited about Scoot Anderson being on the team. Kind of still can't believe that he is. Lou Dort off the bench doing his thing, man. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Definitely, he's the better player than a guy like Asar Thompson right now, but I'm just giving the young guys opportunities. So guys like Lou Dort, guys like Gary Trent Jr., they definitely are capable of starting, but we are giving it to Asar Thompson, who put up 11, 4, and 4. Actually, not bad, man. For rookie numbers, like, this is solid. Didn't shoot the 3-ball well. Offensive game still coming along here. But what about the per 36? What's it looking like? 17, 6, and 5. Okay, not the worst. Definitely for a first year, I'm cool with that. Scotty Barnes, man, is not really progressing the way that I want him to, especially when he's like the main guy now. You know, that's what he's supposed to be, I guess, alongside Anthony Simons. So that's a bit disappointing. He did shoot the 3-ball, I guess, better-ish, you know what I mean? And he's like more efficient, I guess, from last year, just a little bit. But at the end of the day, these are not great stats, not very encouraging. We're really going to need to see him progress even more next season. Hopefully that will happen. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it here. Delano Banton did his thing. Solid, right? Per 36. Looking decent, man. Looking decent. Even league average from deep, which is really nice. But okay, cool. Let's go ahead and just simulate this playoffs. I don't really care about any of this. Let's move on to the offseason, man, because that's really all that matters here for us, is seeing what kind of picks we can get, as it is going to be the 76ers and the Warriors in the finals, and the 76ers win it. Shout out to them. So LeBron's trying to retire, and I actually can't veto it for a second season, so he is gone. Chris Paul, now 39. If he wants to leave, that's totally fine also. Draft lottery. What kind of picks do we have, man? What are the odds looking like? So we have the 4th pick here from the Washington Wizards. That was a part of the OG Anunoby OKC Thunder trade. Really nice to see that. And then we also have the 12th pick, also from that OG Anunoby trade, which is supposed to go to the Clippers, but is now going to us. So yeah, man, W trade without a doubt. To get both of those here, but let's go ahead and see what they turn into, as we have the top pick in the draft. Let's go, man. The top pick and the 12th pick. That is a major W of a trade. That OG Anunoby one, man. Let's go. So this is a pretty easy decision. I'm going for JT Barber, whose ceiling is LeBron James Hall of Fame. Floor is Dennis Scott, but I don't even care, man. LeBron James Hall of Fame ceiling is insane. 18 years old. He's a 6'8", small forward / power forward from Maryland. Yeah, man, that's a pretty easy pick. There's also like this guy, Wes Gardner, who's a 6'2" point guard. He's only supposed to be an all-star. So yeah, man, JT Barber, welcome to the team. And I'm completely tripping. I forgot we had our own pick as well here at number 6. I didn't even point that out earlier, so that's my bad. But JP Saunders looks to be the top guy. All-star potential. Donovan Mitchell, a 6'5" shooting guard / small forward. I mean, I would really love for one of these guys to be a center. I'm not going to lie to you, because I think that's like our biggest need. But at the end of the day, man, we're so early in the rebuild. We're just going with talent as opposed to fit. So let's go ahead and just go with JP Saunders, 21 years old, 6'5", a little bit on the older side, but I'll definitely take it, man. Let's go ahead and draft him. And now we're here with our 12th pick, which is our 3rd lottery pick of this draft. Pretty crazy. Eugene Smith, this is a guy who has B+ potential. That's pretty solid. What is the comparison looking like? They're saying Steve Kerr as his ceiling. Not crazy good. There's an all-star potential here in Quincy Jeffries, and he's actually a year younger, 20 years old. Let's just go ahead and go with him, man. He's a small forward. Again, don't really need it. I would really love to get a center. There's this guy here, Vlado Jeremic, but he's supposed to be a starter, JaVale McGee. Yeah, we're good on that, man. Let's go ahead and go with Jeffries. Let's go ahead and make that happen. So we end up getting a 76 overall in JT Barber. Not the best, actually, a little bit disappointing. But that potential, man. Let me go ahead and check that out over here. What's it looking like? B+, we will definitely take it. I doubt he'll actually reach LeBron level. But still, to even have that potential is pretty exciting. We missed out on like Wes Gardner. That was that point guard, 77. But he is a year older, so I'd imagine by then, you know, JT Barber will be higher than that. So I still think that's the right pick, man. 18 years old is really nice. JP Saunders, 76 overall, 21 years old. The potential over here, C+, not great. Big yikes. And then 12th pick is Quincy Jeffries, 75 overall, 20 years old with the B+. So yeah, man, overall, I think it's a pretty good draft here. We're bringing in young talent, which is exactly what we want to do, man. We're going to pick up Scotty Barnes' option here, of course, and we are going to decline Davis Bertans like we said we would. That's an easy decision. We're also going to extend qualifying offers to Precious Achiuwa and Delano Banton. Not Tyler Cook, though. Sorry about that, man. And we actually have some money here in free agency, man. We have, let's see, about 30 M's. Yeah, 29.17. So we have some money to play with. I'm not going to bring in like a crazy big name because that's not realistic. But I'm just looking for some decent young players here who might have some potential. Let me go ahead and see what I can find. So I think the guy I want to go after is Nicholas Claxton. I've been saying over and over again that I need a center and I need one with good size. You know, another option is like Onyeka Okongwu, but he's a little bit undersized. Nicholas Claxton is 6'11". He can protect the rim well, and he could be our center of the future for us, man. I was saying I really wanted somebody who can be that guy by the start of season number 2. We're coming up on that here, and Nicholas Claxton is available, man. He has no offers. Let's go ahead and try to get a little bit of a budget deal here, as we're going to knock this thing down to like, I don't know, maybe like 26, about 26. Yeah, 25.99 because I'm petty, right? Let's go ahead and try to do that. Let's go ahead and see if he will accept. It looks like he will, man. That's a big addition. However, we don't have enough money for Precious Achiuwa now, which I guess is fine. He was going to be our backup center either way because of this. I think we're cool with that, man. Let's go ahead and do that then. So just like that, the team is looking really good to me. Scotty Barnes up 2 to an 87. Anthony Simons up 1 to an 86. Nicholas Claxton staying put. Scoot Henderson now up 4 to an 83. He progressed a lot, but he didn't progress as much as Asar Thompson. Up 5 to an 81. We love to see it, man. That is great. Gary Trent Jr. even went up 1 to an 82. A lot of stagnancy here between these guys. Is that a word, stagnancy? I don't know. But either way, Delano Banton went up 1 to a 76. Kind of hoping to go up a little bit more, especially because he has A- potential, and we gave him a lot of opportunities. But it is what it is, man. He's still going to be our backup point guard, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and move on to season number 2, man. I'm feeling really good about this. All right, guys, so I had to pause recording and I actually forgot to hit record when I started back up again. So we're actually off to a 10-4 start, which is pretty cool. But here's a very quick look at things. Luckily, I didn't make any sort of moves or anything because honestly, I don't think I need to, man. I think I'm really good with the team that we have. We have Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Asar Thompson, Scotty Barnes, and Nicholas Claxton as our starting lineup. Yeah, almost all of them are on fire. Guys are playing well, man. That is for sure. Off the bench, we got Gary Trent Jr., Lou Dort, JT Barber, we got JP Saunders, and then we have Delano Banton. That's our 10-man rotation. We don't have a backup center right now, which is a little concerning, but I'm not really planning on being too competitive. I guess maybe I should plan for that because we're playing pretty well. But yeah, I don't really think we need to make a move to bring in a backup center. It is what it is, man. We can do like Scotty Barnes as our small ball 5 if we want to do something like that. But yeah, really encouraging start. Let's go ahead and just keep simulating here. I'm just going to sim the whole season, man. Let's go ahead and see how it plays out. All right, I stepped away once again because it's really fun to kind of not know what the record is and just find out with you guys. I think that's better. So I don't know how we did. Let's go ahead and find out. Luka Doncic wins MVP. JT Barber, Rookie of the Year. We haven't had a guy win Rookie of the Year in a while, actually, in any of my rebuilds. I think like actually Victor Wembanyama whenever I get him. But other than that, it's not too common. So JT Barber, shout out to him. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot the ball pretty well, man. I like to see it. We'll take a better look at stats here in a second. Did we get any other awards here? I thought that was Asar. No, it's Amen Thompson getting most improved. That's cool to see. But all right, let's go ahead and keep moving, man. Anything here on the All-NBA teams? No, wasn't really expecting it. Rookie teams, yeah, of course we're going to get that. All-rookie first team for JT Barber, man. This is our LeBron James guy, so that's cool. And then also JP Saunders. We have 2 guys on the all-rookie first team. Let's go, man. I am really excited about the future of this team. Like, this is what can happen if the Toronto Raptors want to just hit the reset button properly, man, because it doesn't seem like they've been willing to do that. But it can pay off pretty quickly here, as we are now the number 3 seed in the Eastern Conference going up against the Indiana Pacers. Let's go ahead and check out these standings here and just see what it's looking like. 57-25. Bro, we tied for the best record in the East. What is happening? That is crazy. All right, the best team in the league is the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Christian Brown, Aaron Gordon now in the mix, and Clint Capella. Okay, they got Jakob Poeltl. We gave them to him. That's right. They got a lot of centers. Andre Drummond also. Yeah, that's an interesting team. That is for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at our stats here. I was not expecting to be competitive this soon, honestly, but Anthony Simons leading the way, 24 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, shot the ball really well from the floor, really well from deep. 47.3% is crazy, bro. Scoot Henderson, not as good, still coming along, but that's fine. Same for Asar Thompson, but they are our second and third leading scorers, so shout out to him. 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 10 assists for Scoot Henderson. That's crazy, man. Asar Thompson, 19, 8, and 7. The offensive game coming along, still not shooting the 3-ball well, but really efficiently when it comes to everything else, so that's nice. Scotty Barnes, 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's a step up, man. I've been waiting to see it, and yeah, those are career highs pretty much across the board. Yeah, across the board. That's good to see, and pretty much a league average from deep as well. Hey, man, this team is looking nice. JT Barber, we saw his stats. JP Saunders, this is our other all-rookie first-team selection, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Shot the ball pretty well, really well. Yeah, man, this team is nice. I'm excited. Even Nicholas Claxton, 8 and 10. Alrighty, man, we're going up against the Indiana Pacers in the first round, and we're hosting, which is really crazy. Who do they have on the squad? They got Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, Chuma Okeke, Miles Bridges, and Miles Turner. They got 2 Mileses, I guess. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and sim this game by game, see how it plays out. We win the first game. Forgot we're Toronto here. 2-0 us. That's nice to see. 2-1. Okay, haven't shortened the rotation yet. Am I going to have to? No, I'm not. We beat him in 5. Alrighty, we're now going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Don't expect us to win this, man. Yeah, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jonathan Isaac. There's been a few sims where the Cavs add Jonathan Isaac, which is just, it's bad for the rest of the league, man, because 2K loves the Cavs and it also loves Jonathan Isaac. So this is a deadly duo. They also got Evan Mobley, Jared Allen still here in the mix. So yeah, we're not winning this, man. I am going to go ahead and just shorten the rotation right now, because why not give us our best chance to win here? So let's go ahead and see what it's looking like. We are taking away minutes from Delano Banton. How was he doing, by the way, this year? So 6 points, 4 rebounds in the playoffs. It was about 6 and 3 here in the regular season. So nothing crazy. I'm cool with getting rid of his minutes here. We need some more minutes for probably Asar Thompson. I would love to get him in the 30 range. Scotty Barnes up to 39. Yeah, man, I'm not mad at it. I think that's what we need to do. So some of these guys are on fire. I get that. But yeah, we need to give some more minutes to the main guys here. So let's do that for Asar Thompson. Let's do that for Scoot Henderson for sure. Let's go ahead and do Anthony Simons as well. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into this thing. Can we beat the Cavs? I doubt it. As we lose the very first game, we're down 2-0, down 3-0. Yeah, this is a wake-up call. We're doing good, but we're still not that good. That's for sure. As we are going to shorten this and just give it our best shot. You know what I mean? That's all we can do right now. Is at least take a game from them, man. Let's give them a little fight here. You feel me? Let's go ahead and try this thing out. Can we avoid the sweep? We can. 3-1. There we go. Okay, yeah. Gentleman sweep. Hey, man, I'll take it. I will take it. Second round of the playoffs, and we were a top 4 seed. That's a pretty good year, too, if you ask me. As it ends up being the Cavs and the Mavericks. Are we going to lose to the eventual champs? Is that what it is here? It is. All right. Cleveland wins the championship. Darius Garland, 36-14, bro. Chill, bro. All right. Let's go ahead and keep it moving here. Anyone retiring on our team? Derrick Rose. Forgot we even had him. But okay, cool. Let's go ahead and keep it moving, man, to the draft lottery. What do we have here? I'm not even really keeping track of our picks. Do we have anything here other than our own pick? I don't think we do. Let's go ahead and see. We have the 29th pick from Dallas. Okay, forgot about that in the Jakob trade. And then it looks like our actual pick, number 28, went to the Spurs, which is totally fine by me, man, because at the end of the day, I think we have all the young talent that we can want. We don't really need any more picks. I think we're just looking to continue to develop these guys and maybe even buy a little bit, man, because like I said, for year number 3, buy if competitive, and we're starting to get into that range. Let's go ahead and check out this draft here. So I shopped around for the 29th overall pick. Didn't really find anything I like. We're just going to go with Earl Peterson, 20 years old. He's mostly scouted here. It says he's all-star potential, which I guess we'll take. Not expecting a whole lot here, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. That's our pick. So bro ended up being at 73 overall, 20 years old. Cool, man. Let's keep it moving. Scoot Henderson, Asar Thompson, easy decisions. We're going to pick up their options here. What about qualifying offers? Scotty Barnes, of course, got to do that. And Delano Banton. All right, cool. And all we're looking for now is a backup center. We've been needing it for a little while here. Kevon Looney is available, and that's pretty much going to be our mid-level exception. You know, he's not going to have a huge role, but as a backup center, man, Kevon Looney is as good as it gets. So we're going to do a little bit under 10 because I'm petty, 9.99. Let's go and see if he will accept this here, and it looks like he will. And that's all there is to it, man. Let's move on to player progression. Never mind. Scotty Barnes is trying to get an offer from the Cavaliers. We are going to match that without a doubt. 3 years, 107. That's a lot of money, man, but he did look pretty good last season. And either way, we're definitely not going to let him go to the Cavaliers of all teams. I would say Jonathan Isaac is a really good player for them to get. Imagine Scotty Barnes at the 3. Yeah, it'd be GG's, bro. So we have to match that without a doubt. Now we're here in player progression where Scoot Henderson is up 5 to an 88, although it says 90 in the top right corner. He's nice, man. Scotty Barnes as well, up 2 to an 89. Anthony Simons staying put. That's a bit disappointing. But Asar Thompson continues to go up. He is now an 85 overall, 1 up 4, and his three-point shot is getting better. We like to see that as well. The offensive game coming along. Nicholas Claxton staying put. Gary Trent Jr. staying put. JT Tharber, our LeBron James, up 4 to an 80. We like to see it. Kevon Looney even went up 1 to an 80. I thought he might regress at 29, but that's really nice. We got some more progression here. Lou Dort up 1. It's a lot of green arrows, man, which is great. I think it's all green arrows. JP Saunders up 3 to a 79. Quincy Jeffries up 3 to a 78. He didn't play for us last season, but he was a lottery pick as well. Maybe there's some minutes for him. I'm not sure, man. We're actually really deep this year, so I don't really know how I'm going to find minutes for all these guys. Delano Banton up 1 to a 77. His three-point shot is also getting better. It's a good problem to have, man. We have a nice team as we get set for season number 3. Let's get into it. So I don't think we need to do a whole lot, man. Scoot Henderson, Anthony Simons, Asar Thompson, Scotty Barnes, and Nicholas Claxton. There really isn't a weak spot with that starting lineup, so I'm not going to make any changes to it. Off the bench, we got Gary Trent Jr., Kevon Looney, JT Barber, JP Saunders, and Lou Dort. I think we need a better backup point guard because right now we don't even have one in the rotation. Like, I guess it would be Delano Banton, who's cool, but we're going to try to upgrade that, man, because I think we're in a spot where we might be able to compete for a championship, man, believe it or not. So, yeah, let's go ahead and go for it. We're going to try to get a better backup point guard. Nothing too crazy here, but just a nice floor general off the bench. Let's see what we can find. So this is a weird one, man, but Drew Holiday is on the Dallas Mavericks, only making 7 M's per year. So pretty much like a veteran minimum. He's 35 years old, 79 overall. We might just try to get him, man. That's really all that we need. You know, the defense is still there. It's an A, and we're not looking for a whole lot offensively. I think that's our best option, man. So we're going to try to trade him probably for Lou Dort, who I really don't want to give up. Again, the whole Canadian, you know, Raptors thing, that's cool. But we don't need him, man, because we got JP Saunders, who's knocking on the door, about to take Lou Dort's role here. You know, he's significantly younger, 4 years younger, and already the same overall. We do have Gary Trent Jr. as well, so we already have enough like backup guards, small forwards. So yeah, man, I think Lou Dort has to go, and the money should pretty much match up. Never mind. They need to give us just a little bit more here. They can give us Maxi Kleber. Perfect. Okay. We will give you guys somebody else here that we don't need. That would be like Georges Niang. All right, everything matches up. I do think they would make this move because Dort fits a lot better here. They would get him as their starting small forward, I guess. Probably is what they would do as opposed to having Drew Holiday off the bench. You know, so I think that's a good move, man. Are we just going to be able to get this thing done straight up, man? Let's go ahead and find out. Yes, we can. Drew Holiday, welcome to the team. So Drew actually went up 1 to an 80. I guess he's pumped up to be here, right? Let's go ahead and see what he's got to say. Where is that at? Oh, it actually says he's pumped up. Literally, I didn't even see that earlier. But yeah, man, I think that's a really good addition. He's going to be our backup point guard, providing some defense. We already have enough scoring with guys like Gary Trent Jr., JT Barber as well. So I feel good about that. And overall, I feel really good about this team, man. Can we compete for a championship? Let's go ahead and find out as we simulate this 3rd season. So LaMelo Ball wins MVP. Don't know this guy, auto-generated. Does any of this here concern us? Let's go ahead and find out. What is this record? 64-18. Is this us? It is us. All right, we have a female head coach. Pretty cool, I guess. That's nice. Exec of the year as well. That's good to see. Did we get anything here? Let's go ahead and find out on these teams. Does not look like it, which is totally fine. We did get Scoot Henderson, all defensive second team, so that is nice to see. All right, man, let's go ahead and keep moving here as we are the top seed in the Eastern Conference. Let's go, man. Love to see it. Is there any other team that was even close to us? Houston Rockets 58-24. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Grady Dick, man, the guy that they passed up on Scoot Henderson for, which is still wild to me. What have you been doing, Grady? Hey, man, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists is not bad. Obviously, it's still the wrong choice at the end of the day. But, hey, I'm not complaining, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats here. Let's go ahead and see. We've got Scoot Henderson, 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists. Yeah, definitely the wrong decision by Houston. Even shooting pretty much league average now, which is nice. Anthony Simons has been an absolute torch, bro. That has been really nice. Asar Thompson, league average now as well. We got 3 guys averaging 20 points, and then Scotty Barnes knocking on the door as well. JT Barber, 18. That's nice, man. We have a really good team, bro. You guys can pause this if you want, but I've seen enough. I've seen enough. We are ready to win this championship here as we are going up against the Miami Heat. Let's go ahead and see who they have on the squad. Carson Wallace, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and now Miles Turner. That's a really nice team, I'm not going to lie, for an 8 seed especially, as we beat them in the first game here 2-0. Guess we swept them. All right, now I feel even better because I thought that team was going to be sneaky good and give us some trouble. We swept them, man, so we are legit, as we're now going up against Malcolm Brogdon, Quentin Grimes, not Jaylen Brown, Quentin Grimes, interesting, Jason Tatum, Eric Pascal, and Robert Williams III. If Jaylen Brown is in New York, that's pretty crazy. I kind of got to see that real quickly. I know I'm going off on a tangent. No, they got Donovan Mitchell, which I guess is better, right? Yeah, definitely better, I guess. Man, that's a really interesting team as well. But all right, let's go ahead and simulate this game by game here. We win the very first game, 2-0 now. Oh, bro, we are just absolutely dominating everybody here as we're now going up against the Orlando Magic. Lonzo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Clint Capella. Another good team, man. We're not sweeping these boys, surely, right? We won 1 game here, 2 games here. Okay, I was going to say, we're not going to sweep everybody. We're not going 16-0. We are up 3-1, though, and now we're in the finals. Going up against who? It is going to be the Houston Rockets. All right, man. Grady Dick versus Scoot Henderson. The rivalry of the century. As we take a look at this here, you guys already know their roster. We checked it out earlier. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. We are going to simulate this game by game. We win the very first game. Oh, yeah, bro. Bro, there's literally no beating us. Toronto! Let's go, man. That is a crazy postseason run led by Scoot Henderson, who's him apparently. Yeah, 27 points, 12 assists, 3 steals. Yeah, man. This was definitely a very interesting rebuild. Somewhat realistic, I guess. Don't think Scoot would fall to us at number 4, and there's a few other things, but at the end of the day, man, I try my best to make this realistic, but most importantly, I try to make this entertaining, man. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. 80% of y'all watching these videos are not subscribed, so if you guys could hit that button, it really mean a lot to me, man, as I continue to try to grow this channel. This has been 2KJ. Blessings.